summary for level 6. For me, what we began to study in a serious way was the past tenses. And this is a very deep subject in Spanish. So we looked at the simple past, how to form it, and when to use it. We also looked at the past progressive and the imperfect, as well as special case verbs, such as tener, poder, saber, and querer. Now, it's normal for it to take a while to absorb fully how to use these tenses in the past. So by no means expect that it's all going to happen and click right away. In fact, it could well take many months to finally understand or to feel natural. So I'd like you to give your subconscious the time that it needs in order to sort through all of that information. And in fact, you may even find yourself coming back to repeat level 6 many times before you actually finish this course. We also took a deeper look into the subject of ser and estar. We already knew that you could assign an identity to people, but we saw how you can also assign an identity to things or inanimate objects. Now, in many ways, or at least to my mind, level 6 has been about choices. For example, whenever we came across a word like am, are, is, was, or were, we were immediately faced with a choice between ser or estar. Also, when describing things or actions in the past, you have to choose between the simple past, that downward arrow, or the past progressive, which is the horizontal arrow. And then of course we had our special case verbs, so choosing between the sounds of tuve or tenía, pude or podía, supe or sabía, quise or quería. Now these are all important decisions that you will have to make, even when it's just involving simple, everyday Spanish conversation. And I think we demonstrated that quite well when we did our serious look or our deep dive into those 3 dialogues. I hope that the reality of what it takes to be in conversational Spanish struck you during those modules. You have to make many decisions. You have to analyze what verb tenses you're going to need to use to express what you want to say. And you have to be able to switch between them quickly, even in just simple sentences. Now, the more you continue trying, the faster all of this will become. As I mentioned in the beginning, it's completely normal for all of this to feel very slow and to feel like hard work. But I want to stress to you just how important it is that you keep asking your mind to make these kinds of decisions in Spanish, because it's the only way you'll get faster and eventually flow into full fluency. Now, please know that it's not going to feel like this forever. It's just a temporary state. Once fluency develops, you'll find that your mind will give you the answers almost instantly, so you can express what you want to say. And then you'll find that conversation in Spanish becomes immensely enjoyable rather than feeling like hard work, which it probably does now. Next up, in level 7, we're going to continue more serious work, this time with irregular verbs. Now remember, Spanish with Paul is a serious course. The intention is real. In other words, we take getting you to the position where you can freely speak conversational Spanish seriously. And we want to be able to do it correctly and with confidence. So the work that we're doing now is simply what it takes if you want to achieve that goal. One last thing that I would like to suggest before you go into level 7 is that you actually go back and watch the video I made at the very beginning of this course, entitled My Top 7 Reasons Why People Fail at Spanish. I'd like you to watch that video again and I've linked to it on this module page. Moving forward now, it's important that you keep the right mental attitude, a realistic attitude, not only about what we've done so far in level 6, but also for the higher levels to come.